Hi, my name is Mike Hamel, and I'm a product specialist here at Alto Music in Middletown, New York, and I'm going to be telling you about my gear story. What I have here in my hands is a Novax CH8 Charlie Hunter 8-string, which I am ridiculously in love with and will never get rid of. It's a hybrid bass guitar instrument from Novax makers, all custom-made instruments, not easy to find. The guy who came up with this Charlie Hunter is a ridiculous jazz musician based out of New York City. It's two instruments in one. He sounds like four people playing it. So if you really want to see what this does, go listen to Charlie Hunter. But this is a bass guitar hybrid that has two separate outputs, separate bass and guitar pickups. And so you can really simultaneously play bass and guitar through this, well, two separate rigs. It's an incredible instrument. I got really fried on Charlie, seeing him play this thing through videos and going to concerts and stuff. He is a monster, an alien of a musician, and I started falling in love with the instrument. The more I researched it, the more I tried to emulate what it does on 6 strings and 7 strings and things. It never really sufficed because really you have separate pickups and different types of strings on one instrument with the fan frets. It's a monster, and nothing else really does what this does. Luckily, as at the time I was doing the funk in my music stuff, and I got this as a gift from my mother about 10 years ago. And I've done weddings and gigs and albums and all sorts of stuff with it. It's a monster. Can't say enough about it. I can't play it like Charlie, but I will give it a shot. But yeah, and also what's cool is after taking it around, I got it signed by the guy who actually came up with the design of the instrument, and he signed it to Mike. So, and I also have the ticket that shows the same signature and the show, and yeah, just hyper nerding out on it, you know. So about the fan fret thing, Novax Guitars is made by Ralph Novak, or was. I'm not sure they're still in production. I believe they are. Ralph Novak was one of the original makers at Dingwall Basses, who was the forefront of fan fret design back in the day when it was first coming out. He took it from Dingwall to a few other companies, and he eventually wound up at his own rig for Novax Guitars. You might also notice this looks kind of similar to Mike Mushock's Stain guitar from when the Mud Shovel album, that first one, Dysfunction. He was one of the main dudes who played Novax outside of Charlie Hunter, at least as far as popularity goes. But Charlie took it to a whole nother level with throwing 2 different instruments onto the same fretboard. Just a massive piece of ebony. BLAOW! That's my gear story, and I'm sticking to it.